Good Morning Richmond starts now.
Good morning and thanks for sticking with us for the 5:30 half hour of Good Morning Richmond. I'm Amanda Malkowski.
I'm Morgan Dean.
I'm Darielle Snipes. We'll get to the news where you live in the top stories in just a moment, including Evan Armour's armed robbery that happened near VCU. 2 people arrested, 1 still on the loose. Students alerted. So pretty big deal right there.
Also talking about all the Veterans Day events that are going on, some of them outside today.
That's right. But first, let's get a check on our Storm Tracker weather forecast with Matt. And Matt, we're hoping for a better day there. Virginia War Memorial looking nice. I don't see any drist and mizzle out there this morning.
That's the good news.
No hashtag mizzle going on this morning. We're talking clear skies. Hey, it's cool this morning. Temperatures in the mid-40s in Richmond. Some of you a touch cooler than that. Wind is calm. We're still going to see the numbers drop another degree or so as we approach sunrise. 43 in Glen Allen, 41 in Short Pump, 44 Regency Square Mall, over to Mechanicsville sitting in the mid-40s. Good morning near Matoaka High School, 44. Petersburg at 49. Brandon Mill, Woodlake, the Swift Creek area, all in the mid-40s this morning. We're going to see plenty of sunshine today. Maybe a high, thin cloud like we're showing here, but otherwise, get out and enjoy it. 49 degrees for that ride into work with sunshine. You're going to need the sunglasses for sure. 49, as I mentioned, at 8 o'clock. 57 at the lunch hour. We'll top out today at 63. A nice evening ahead, but it is going to turn chilly quick once the sun sets. 5:31 now. Let's get over to Tim and talk about that morning commute. Good morning, Tim.
Hey, good morning, Matt. Good morning, everybody at home. A few overnight work zones spilling over into early morning hours, causing some very minor issues. We'll start off here in Henrico County on Broad Street near Pemberton on the westbound side. Got some paving operations going on there. Long-term projects. Center and right lanes closed until 7 o'clock this morning. And then we jump further east out by the airport near the 295-64 interchange. Also the interchange Pocahontas Parkway, US 60 there. The southbound side, the exit entrance ramps are going to be impacted there by an ongoing project until 7 a.m. there as well. That's the latest on your roads. It is 5:32. Let's get to your news of the morning. Here's Morgan and Amanda.
All right, thank you, Tim. News where you live in Richmond. An overnight robbery. It prompted VCU to send out an alert to students and staff overnight. We got it on our phones overnight.
Always a scary thing to get 3 men with a gun snatched a purse off the street and then they took off. It all happened in the 800 block of West Marshall Street near Gilmer Street.
That's where we find 8 News reporter Evan Armour. Evan, what's happening out there this morning?
Well, Morgan and Amanda, police are still trying to find one of the men who was involved in this robbery. Take a look where we are. You see the parking garage right across the street here. We also have this market right here. Now, this is the area that police say this armed robbery happened last night around 11:15. Here's what we know about it. Police were able to catch 2 of those men right away, but they say the 3rd man who was involved is still on the run this morning. Here's what we know about those 2 victims. One of them was punched in the chest during this robbery. The other one was hit in the head. Now, both VCU and Richmond police have increased their patrols in this area this morning and overnight. That's something that we've seen since we've been out here over the last hour and a half or so. Reporting live in Richmond, Evan Armour, 8 News.
5:33 now. 2 local men under arrest by the FBI accused of plotting to shoot up local churches and synagogues in order to start a race war.
Undercover agents posed as illegal arms dealers to foil that attack. Officials say 30-year-old Robert Curtis Doyle and 33-year-old Ronald Beasley Cheney III tried to buy automatic weapons and explosives. A 3rd man, 30-year-old Charles Halderman, is accused of plotting to kill local silver jewelry dealer, rob an armed car, and trying to harm a gun store owner, all here in Virginia. We'll let you know what happens.
Yeah, all 3 suspects could face additional charges. Meanwhile, news of the FBI arrests is upsetting to local spiritual leaders. 8 News spoke to a rabbi at an area synagogue.
It's more personal knowing that that includes the synagogue that is currently my place of worship and my place of employment.
She says she was 11 years old, living in Sacramento. Her synagogue and 2 others were firebombed by white supremacists at that time. Darielle?
Now to the latest on this plane that crashed into an apartment building. Just amazing pictures. Well, later today, a recovery team will search the wreckage. The owner of the small jet says the plane was carrying 9 people, but authorities have not confirmed that number. Officials say there were at least 2 deaths, and they don't expect any survivors. The plane left from Dayton, Ohio, and was scheduled to land at an airport in Akron, but it didn't make it.
At 5:35 now new this morning. One person is arrested for using a slingshot outside of the White House fence. Secret Service officials say the man was using the slingshot to fire small objects over the fence. The suspect has been identified as Adam Olson, but no other information has been released.
5:35 now. Today is Veterans Day, and to honor our fallen heroes, one high school graduate has gone above and beyond.
Today, a special war memorial at Midlothian High School will be dedicated to the men and women who serve our country. 8 News anchor Candace Cole has more. Candace, how are they celebrating there?
Well, Amanda, last year, Stephanie Olson started a GoFundMe page as a senior at Midlothian High to honor our vets. Her goal was to raise money for a war memorial at the school. And once donations started pouring in, she more than doubled her goal. The memorial is in honor of fallen Midlothian High School graduates and her grandfather, who was killed in Vietnam.
We used to always go to the Vietnam War Memorial and honor him there. We just wanted to do something at my high school and make an impact in that way that the wall does.
Now, anyone can attend today's dedication. That starts at 11 o'clock this morning at Midlothian High School. Morgan, Amanda.
Former President Jimmy Carter has received good news on his latest health battle. His doctor says the cancer has stopped spreading and he's responding well to treatment. The cancer that Carter has been going on for a while. He released a statement, and the 91-year-old announced in August that he had stage 4 cancer spots that had spread to his brain. He is now undergoing cancer treatment at Emory University's Winship Cancer Institute.
5:36 now. This Saturday marks the beginning of deer hunting season for most people, and with the upcoming season, one group is hoping hunters may think of others when they're out there in the woods waiting for a deer. Hunters for the Hungry says last year donations to that group hit a 14-year low. They were down more than 100,000 pounds of venison over past years. Hunters for the Hungry collects the venison, then distributes it to organizations like Feed More, who say that the donations are much needed right now.
The prices of red meat has skyrocketed in the last 5 years. So for us, getting fresh meat definitely means a lot. Getting the donations from Hunters for the Hungry, especially venison, it's like a free-for-all. I mean, they clamor for it.
For a list of places where you can donate deer or donate cash online to help those folks out there, just visit WRIC.com and you'll be able to find this story.
Happening in the day ahead, the Chili Today Hot Tamale 6th Annual Chili Cook-Off is happening. The best chili in Richmond will all square off for the top spot. Our very own meteorologist Katie Dupree is a guest judge tonight. The competition starts at 6 p.m. at 101 East Carey Street. Students at Chalkley Elementary celebrated the diversity represented at their school, making them today's Positively Richmond. Take a look. The students learned about different continents and were able to share their knowledge by decorating the hallways. They also enjoyed food from around the world. Wow, cool. What a display there. If you know someone doing something good in the community, we want to hear about it. Just send us an email to ireport8@wric.com. How creative there.
Chalkley Elementary School. That's my old alma mater.
Oh, really?
Many, many, many decades since I wandered the halls of that building.
You were still writing on the slate tablet back then, is that correct?
You giggled. They showed the kids in the gym there. That gym didn't exist when I went to the school. But in my mind, it's still new. But that thing's like 37 years old.
Oh, my gosh.
Does that tell you how it's all perspective?
Wow.
Great school. Great to see the kids doing so many things to celebrate diversity there.
And the teachers working hard to put it all together.
Mm-hmm.
Great stuff.
All right, let's go over to Matt to talk about the sun finally coming out to shine today. We need it, Matt.
Maybe some outdoor recess finally, Matt.
Finally, right? I mean, outside's going to be a bit wet from the recent rains, but we'll take it because we can get outside. Hey, because of the recent rain, cool temperature, 1.25 mile visibility in Ashland. Be mindful of that traveling up on 95. Maybe over to Bumpus this morning. As you go up along 33, you'll find some light fog as well. 2 miles visibility there. But everybody else, 10 miles or better. So really fog, not much of an issue. But that one area I thought I'd bring to your attention. Speaking of Bumpus, 40. We're 43 in Ashland with that fog. 45 right now at the Richmond International Airport. And most of Henrico, Hanover, Chesterfield, even the city of Petersburg, sitting in the low to mid 40s this morning. 46 in Emporia and Lawrenceville also at 46. Hey, Jada Hope, how are you doing this morning? You're one of our 8 News School Kids of the Day. Here's Amaya. Good morning to you. Hope you have a fantastic day. And Zakiah, good morning to you. Enjoy your day at school. But you need that light jacket this morning because temperatures 45 to 50. How about ride home today? 62 to 67. That feels pretty good, right? We're going to look for a high today in Richmond right around 63 with a great amount of sunshine. I'll have your complete forecast in a couple of minutes. Time right now, 5:40. Back over to you.
Listen up, sometime in our 6 o'clock hour, we'll be giving away an $800 grocery gift card.
All you have to do is keep watching Good Morning Richmond. We'll give you a phone number to call. The 8th caller wins. I mean, it really is that easy.
No signing up, no computers. All you have to do is watch to win. It's the easiest game in town.
Is Tamar Braxton leaving Dancing with the Stars? Take a look at this picture tweeted out overnight. What the singer is saying about her health this morning. It's a big update for Dancing with the Stars fans.
And 3 would-be burglars got a surprise in their lives after breaking into a home in Washington State. How a grandmother was able to scare them right out the door. Tim?
All right, good morning, everybody. Live look outside. Now I was talking about fog north of the city. Here's a look at I-95 north on Lewistown Road area. You can see the headlights illuminating some of that ground fog. Prepare for some reduced visibilities. We'll talk more about those roadways plus your weather first after a quick break. It's 5:41. Over to you.
All right, thanks, Tim. As we head to break, I want to see what Juan and Christina are working on.
Good morning.
Good morning. The holiday season is supposed to be a happy time, but for many of us, it's a return to winter blues.
There may be a new way to fight it. Later today on 8 News at 5, see why folks who spend the winter months in complete darkness,
Think of places like Norway,
don't suffer the depression that strikes so many Americans.
what we found is going to surprise you. Join us tonight for 8 News at 5.